Dove and Woodhull welcome you to this session on public speaking, presented by Woodhull co-founder and best-selling author Naomi Wolf.
When you're going to speak to a group of people, first I want you to know that every single one of you has the power in you to be an amazing public speaker and move people, not by pretending to be anyone else. You want your own passion to come forward, and that means knowing who you are. So I know that you, for instance, are driven, Mahima, by a sense of a passionate outrage about injustice. So when you tap that energy, she's like the warrior. And so when she taps that, that's where her natural leader comes through. And that's when people light up and get electrified when she's speaking. I know that you are moved very much by compassion and caring for the students that you're teaching. So you'll be just as powerful holding a room in the palm of your hand, thinking about what is driving me to teach these kids? What do I, thinking about one of your students that you care about and drawing on that beautiful energy of compassion, which is so powerful in female leadership, especially. I know that Ellie can just move a room because when Ellie says it's true, you know she believes it. You have a sense of her integrity. She's tough and she's, saying what's on her mind. She's not hiding anything, okay? I know that you really want to make the world better and you're a visionary. And so when you think about, your dream of how you want to create things, your creative sense of the world as an architect, then that is what animates you and lights you up and moves people. If you stand in who you are, you don't have to pretend to be anyone else. That will be so powerful. You're speaking your truth. Now, very practically, here is my space. Public speaking is very physical. It's almost like a dance or an art form. You want to visualize on stage. You have about 4 square feet around you. You want to be centered, but you want to imagine this 4 square feet that you can move forward, move back, to the side, make your point, but always come back to center. Young women tend to sway side by side. They're not comfortable being strong in themselves, but women can also make the mistake of imitating men and thinking, I have to be rigid, I have to be tight. Relax, let the truth of what you have to say flow through you. Another important thing is to release your hands. It's very deadly to watch someone holding their hands tight. It's very artificial to watch some of these politicians do this. Just liberate your hands to express what you have to say. A great trick, which I use all the time, is to find the warmest face in the room. That's you at the moment. And if you're nervous, especially, or facing a hostile audience, ignore the mean people, and just talk to this one smiley face. And the great thing about audience interaction is you'll talk to her and she'll be delighted and she'll smile more, and then you smile more and you get energy and she affirms you and validates you. And then when you're ready, share it with the rest of the room. And try then to maintain some eye contact with various people in the room. Your voice is so important, your literal physical voice. So many women, when they are stifling their truth, especially young women, but women of all ages, they'll tend to have a very tight really vocal cords. Their voices will come from high up in sort of their heads and not from down here at the diaphragm. What you really want to do, and it feels artificial at first, but it's great practice, is literally, and it's also very emotionally expansive. That's why people often burst into tears when they actually hit their true voice in the public speaking module. You literally want to put your hand here and vibrate your diaphragm, move your voice that far, open up your rib cage that much, because you want to, without shouting, be able to project your voice and bounce it off the back of that back wall. And it's extraordinary. I'm not shouting, but I'm commanding all of your attention. It's extraordinary how differently people react to women when they're talking like this and when they're speaking with their true voice is fully opened up. Few other things to watch for. Women tend to put in question marks. I mentioned this. Even with their names. My name's Naomi Wolf. Well, is it? It's like, and I cannot tell you, you can be the most brilliant woman in the world. We had a student with an MBA and a PhD, and she was like, I'm Mary Perkins, and she wasn't going to get an opportunity to save her life. And the minute she started using her true voice, the world opened up for her. So this takes practice. You'll need to practice in front of a mirror or practice with a tape recorder, not going up at the ends of your sentences, but going down. My name's Naomi Wolf. Don't be afraid of pauses. Women are so scared of getting interrupted that they tend to talk in these really fast run-on sentences. Talking in a run-on sentence isn't going to keep anyone from interrupting you. It's going to make people glaze over when they listen to you. Pauses are powerful, and it means that you're comfortable owning the space around your words. Always try to visualize the punctuation in what you have to say. Again, so many women do, they're like stringing pearls, and, and you just, really your audience gets anxious and bored. Your audience likes to feel like they know the beginning, the middle, and the end. They know where you're taking them. It's a journey. So try to let your audience know by speaking the punctuation. This is the beginning of this paragraph, this idea. This is the middle, I'm explaining it, and this is the end. And this is a new idea with the next paragraph. And then a classic end for a speech, beautiful thing to do. You end with what's called a peroration, rousing your audience, making them excited, your voice rises, and then you get to the high point and you throw it across the room, and then you release. And then everyone goes, yay, like that. And they're satisfied. Women tend to swallow the most important points they're making, and they swallow the ends of their sentences, their paragraphs, and worst of all, the ends of their speeches. Because women are scared of power, and it's so powerful to send it out and let it sparkle and shine, and then watch it like fireworks. Don't be scared to do that. It's incredibly fun if you're using your voice for good. Use them for good, and it'll just electrify you and the people you care about and make the world better. Thank you, and then Tara will show you more coaching when we come back.